the camera. Give it off, down.
Hello everyone, I'm Alex Navarro, and welcome to another edition of the Besties here on Screen.com. This be the place where you suckers can partake of the staff's favoriteest films of all time. Can you dig it? My latest entry into the scuzzy, dystopic halls of the Besties, seriously, no one around here ever sweeps up, is in honor of this week's site theme of films centered around one particularly crazy day and or night in the lives of its characters. After racking my brains for a solid 5 seconds, I eventually came to the labored conclusion that only one movie stood out in my brain as the heavyweight champion of them all. Specifically, Walter Hill's 1979 cult classic brawler, The Warriors. Loosely based on a novel by Saul Urich, The Warriors sets itself an ostensibly then near-future version of New York City that has been overrun by legions of hilarious, violent, and hilariously violent gangs. Each gang seems plucked from some Halloween costume catalog, with baseball furies and kung fu brothers alike, each controlling a small patch of territory spread across the 5 boroughs. But one man, Cyrus, leader of the Gramercy Riffs, the aforementioned kung fu brothers, has a vision of a different kind of gang.
What do you know about Cyrus?
Magic.
Calling together all the gangs of the city, including the film's titular Warriors, a group of semi-heavies from Coney Island, Cyrus lays out his plan in grand fashion.
The problem in the past has been the man turning us against one another. All we have to do is keep up the general truce. We take over one borough at a time.
But before his beautiful dream of a gangland utopia can come to fruition, some asshole has to go and spoil the whole thing. With our heroic warriors mistakenly blamed for the killing, they then have to bop their way back to Coney and survive assault after assault by the many angry gangs that stand between them and their turf. Thus launches a thoroughly memorable, completely ridiculous night's worth of beatings, stabbings, shootings, and laughably great costuming. Though Urich's book originally depicted the world as much grimmer and rapier, Hill wanted to take a more comic book-inspired approach to the film, ballooning the personalities of the different gangs into wild caricatures and making the plight of the Warriors seem all that much crazier. The resulting film has a completely bizarre, yet also inexplicably captivating tone to it. The cartoonish absurdity of the various gangs is half the movie's selling point. Watching these psycho roller skaters and baseball furies and lesbians running around in carefully coordinated costumes is nothing short of amazing. But the real delight of The Warriors is the way that Hill paces the journey across the seemingly endless miles of pavement and subway track throughout Manhattan. Around every corner could be some rival gang equipped with chains, bats, shivs, and whatever else might make for a particularly deadly bop session. All the while, the action is narrated by a smooth-as-hell radio DJ voiced by Lynn, the Chief, Thigpen.
Our friends just made it past one of the minor league teams. Remember, boppers? Be looking good.
The action is surprisingly visceral given the cartoonish nature of the story. Some particularly great moments include this scene where some of the Warriors are lured into the feeling of false, sexy security by the all-girl gang known as the Lizzies.
Be right with you, babe. You're the famous Warriors, the guys that shot Cyrus.
Shit, the chicks are packed! The chicks are packed!
And this all-time great brawl with the bat-wielding bad dudes known as the Baseball Furies.
I'll shove that bat up your ass and turn you into a popsicle.
Granted, you wouldn't care one bit about any of this if you didn't care about the Warriors themselves. And while the actors portraying them are maybe not the strongest actors on the planet,
What the shit are we gonna do? Oh, this sucks.
performances from Michael Beck as the stoic yet leadery Swan,
You know, you're just part of everything that's happening tonight. And it's all bad.
and James Remar as the hot-headed Ajax give these characters some legitimate divergent personality.
Full strength, maybe 30. 30's a lot more than 8.
Not if they're wimps, and I'm sick of this running crap.
Goofy as they all are, the Warriors are characters you invest in. You want them to survive, no matter how violent and miserable their behavior might get. And of course, we can't forget the villain in all of this, one of the all-time great creeps in David Patrick Kelly's Luther. As a completely nihilistic, murderous scumbag, Kelly is absolutely perfect in every way. Need proof? One need only watch this great unsettling moment toward the end of the film.
Warriors, come out to play! Warriors, come out to play!
The Warriors is chock full of bizarre, iconic moments just like this one. It's a movie that is ubiquitous throughout much of popular culture, one that, even if you haven't seen it, you're likely to have encountered some reference to it or another somewhere in the cultural lexicon. It is, ultimately, one of my favorite movies ever made.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
And that's going to do it for yet another Besties entry. I don't know how you could possibly argue with this selection, but if you've got the stones to try, by all means, hit up the comments and try and poke a shiv into my viewpoint. I'll fucking cut you, man. Once again, I've been Alex Navarre reminding you that sexual assault is very much against the law, people. Seriously, don't do it.
You want to show me how you play with the chicks?
Hey, so rough.
God damn it! You let me go!